This is my last one for today because it's now 10:48 p.m. Absolutely ridiculous. And I need to stop. I need to go take care of some other things I haven't taken care of all day. So I did 48 minutes ago is a backroom hostile takeover of the Invictus Games by UK government, press, and monarchy brewing. And so I want to close out with this idea. And you know how Harry changed the situs of his charity, um, Travelist. He changed Travelist, his residency from the UK to the US, I believe, right? And this was, a big story, obviously, because it sort of solidified and cemented the idea that Harry's now making a permanent move to the US. And it got his business out of the crutches and clutches of the UK government, the UK laws, etc., etc. And I think that was good. I think similarly, the time has come for Harry to consider reorganizing the Invictus Games. He needs to reorganize the Invictus Games. Probably, I mean, and I don't know how this would be done. Don't quote me on any of this. I've never done anything like this. I have no idea. This is just my hunch, my way of thinking. It's not, the way to do it would not be as linear as I am saying here. I mean, it would be a lot of legal maneuvers, I'm sure. And in the end, what looks intuitive may not really be how things are done. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. Don't look at me. But it seems to me, if I were in his place, my gut reaction, my knee jerk reaction would be to attempt to reorganize the Invictus Games under American law, move it out of England, move it out of England. This may mean that he literally has to dismantle the Invictus Games as it's now structured under British law, right? Totally. There goes all of the trustees, there goes all of the sponsors, the partners, and so on, most of whom will follow him no matter where he goes, by the way. But just get the Invictus Games out of British jurisdiction and create a brand new competing Invictus Games in the US, right? So now to dismantle the UK Invictus Foundation is a legal maneuver that I'm not really sure how that would work. I mean, Harry, I don't think would single-handedly have the um, authority to single-handedly dismantle the Invictus Foundation, or maybe he does because he did it with the Department of Defense, with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, with, under the auspices of the Charity Commission of England and Wales, and so on and so forth. It's very, very complicated, as I said, and I don't know anything about these legal maneuvers. So to dismantle it, there's going to be some paperwork. There are going to be tax consequences, no question. He's going to have contracts because, they have a lot of employees. How these trustees will feel, who would have to be paid what, I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be some financial repercussions, right? But in his place, I mean, I would be ahead of them by 10 steps, right? And I would be now setting up an American Invictus Foundation. Invictus, the new Invictus or whatever, maybe, I mean, I don't know, I don't know whether Invictus itself is some kind of UK trademark at this point. I mean, who knows? It's very, very involved, right? But I'm sure that there are brilliant American lawyers who can advise Harry on this and who can help him to set up his foundation, the Invictus Foundation, in the US if he and Meghan want to continue with it, right? And I believe that most, if not all, of his partners will come over with him to the US, right? And others will join, other American companies will join because this backroom take hostile takeover will now become high stakes drama in the media, right? And so people will become interested, right? And so he moves it to the US. In addition, perhaps he can move it to the US anyway. So you have like the American branch of the Invictus Foundation, right? So that these original UK trustees are divested of some of their totalitarian power over this project, right? They can control the British Invictus, but not the American Invictus, right? And quite frankly, I think where Harry goes, obviously, is where the athletes are going to go. It's because the athletes are not going to stay with the British Invictus if it comes down to a hostile takeover situation. Or maybe some of the UK athletes, but absolutely nobody else. They're going to go with Harry. Right. So in his place, I mean, I wake up Monday morning. I mean, it's just like lawyers. I'm calling my lawyers, right? And we're going to start talking about expatriating Invictus to the United States, right? Yeah, that's it. Because, don't play with me. And the thing is that you want to destroy my wife, right? And the idea that somehow Megan is bad for Invictus. I mean, Megan is single-handedly shining the spotlight on Invictus, and they all know it. But they want to break down Invictus and break it up and destroy it because it's a platform by which Harry and Meghan are outshining the royal family. Well, don't let them. Create a foundation in America. Archwell is in America. You are in America, Harry and Meghan. Put your business interests in the United States. You absolutely have to. You absolutely have to. And do it before they get any brilliant ideas of trying to actually take over this Invictus Games and oust you from it. How dare they?